Hey everybody, it's Erin of Scandalous Beauty. This video is all about the differences between two very common brown girl foundations from MAC, NC50 and NW45. Now for some reason NW45 is like this staple color that I think a lot of artists and a lot of people that use the product just assume that they are. Which there are a lot of people that are NW45, but it's a very red brown, and not everybody falls into that category. I was an NW45 for like 2 or 3 years until an artist did my makeup and she said, I'm going to use NC50, and I said, oh, I thought I was NW45. She said no. It's just like a common thing that people assume, okay, if you're brown, you're probably NW45. So some of you might need to switch over, try something different, and keep in mind MAC foundations are not always consistent. So if you're an NC50 in one product, you might not be an NC50 in another product. I would suggest that you might go in and tell the artist that you are whichever color, but get it tested all the time. Wear it in front, like out in natural light, see what it looks like, and go from there. So I'm going to compare NC50 and NW45 and show you the difference. So I've scraped out a little bit of NC50. That's what the color looks like. It's a golden brown. And I'm going to use this 191 brush. It was just whatever I had around. So you can see the differences. So we'll start here. And as you see, it's a really good golden brownish color. Not too much red to it, so it doesn't make you look too much darker. Okay, so that is NC50. Very, very light. I didn't put on a lot, but it's just a bit. So I've cleaned off my brush, and now I'm going to use NW45, which is this color. A little bit more red, still brown, but it'll work. And this is, I use a stick for this too. And already what it's looking like is I'm covering up that golden in my skin and I'm adding some red to it. It's not going to look terrible. It's just not the most accurate. So this is the difference. Golden on this side, red on this side. Okay, so what I did was I went back and I really went full coverage so you can see the difference. On this side of the face, I'm wearing NW45. So as you can see, a lot of red going on there. Very chocolatey, very, very pretty color. But it's just a little too red for me. And then on this side, you'll see NC50, which is what I prefer. It's a little bit more golden. It's a little bit lighter. Just a slightly less brown, but still brown, as you see. So two big differences. But what I went back and did was I used the Studio Stick on this side, and then I used Studio Finish Concealer as a foundation on this side. And this is the difference. So depending on what you would typically wear, maybe this will be like a little bit of a test that you can see. But the difference is that when you check your neck, you have to decide if you want your face to, what you want your foundation to really match to. And I definitely have more yellow in my neck and in my chest, so I would prefer this side. Just a little bit more natural to me. If you want your whole face to look like the perimeter of your face, then get a darker foundation and you can make that work. Or you can use your concealer in here as a lighter color. You can watch the how to apply a concealer video, and I'll explain that thoroughly. And you can make it work that way. You do have options. So this is what I do for this side. Sorry. Yes, for this side. If you're thinking it looks a little golden, what I do is like to even out the two. So I use the NW43 Studio Fix. I don't use the 45. There's a difference. And that's something else you might want to check out. There is a Studio Fix that is lighter than NW45, which is NW43, which I'm about to use. It's a big difference. It's like subtle, but it's a big difference. Just pick up a little bit of color powder like that, and then just apply it on the face. I like to just work it around the edge of the face, the perimeter, which is the darker side that would use a little bit more of that red color. And I like to keep the middle kind of golden to look a little bit more natural. And that way it looks like my face is natural-ish. Right now, yes, I have on full coverage foundation, so it does not look that natural. But that is typically what I would do. So I'm hoping that this video will show you all the difference between NC50 and NW45. If your foundation ever looks too red, too yellow, too wrong, if you don't feel like you look like yourself, or you look in the mirror and you know your skin don't really look like that, or when you take your face off at night, look at one side of your face, the bare side, and then look at the side with the foundation on. If those two don't slightly match up, I would go back and get another consultation. So that is the best way that I could put it. Remember, all foundations are different depending on what color they are. I know like the satin finish foundation, the NC50 is way too light for me. It just does not work. So that's when I think I use the NW43, but I hate MAC satin finish foundation because it's too glowy and I don't like it. I just hate that foundation, so I don't use that often. But Studio Fix, NC50 Studio Fix would be way too light for me, so I don't use that. I use the NW43. Play around, go to the counter, get them to help you. Be vocal. Again, check a natural light, and that will help you really determine what your color is. Don't forget to look at your jawline. Check it on your jaw to see how that works, and compare it to your neck. As you see, my neck is a lot lighter than this NW45 on my face, which is my point. Okay, so I hope it helped. See ya.